such an asshole.
All right, we got a Clarey test request. That's the 4-point question test where I ask 4 questions to say, should this person run for office? And this guy has a question on Virgil Bierschwale. Hi, can I have a Clarey test on Virgil Bierschwale? I think I pronounced that correctly. He's running for a Texas Senate seat. You can read his biography on his campaign site here. He also has a YouTube channel. Thank you in advance, sir, combat veteran. You guys get discounts. Smaller. Wait, is it the same guy? This isn't, he's running for local, the Texas Congress, not the national Congress. He's not a huge, big public figure guy. And I have Ballotpedia. There's a picture of him. It looks, no offense to the guy, but it looks like your standard, the meme where they do 40-something men's dating profile pictures. It looks like that. But then when I go to his YouTube channel, he's got an older picture here because he's got hair, but this one he's bald. I think it's the same guy, but he doesn't have that many subscribers or followers. But anyway, at least he has like a YouTube channel. He's reaching out. So let me go to the About page. He doesn't have a Wikipedia entry. And we'll go through his bio here. I grew up in a small town in the center of Texas that was best known as the hunting capital of the world, which was Harper, Texas. People would drive all over just to hunt here, and people would drive from Austin or San Antonio to eat at my grandmother's Longhorn Cafe. Wonder if I drove through that area. I had a typical small town upbringing where we worked all kind of jobs just to make a buck. And in the evenings and weekends, us kids would gather at the local pool hall to see who was the best. During the summer between my junior and senior year in high school, I met my father for the first time. All right, so he didn't come from wealth. And went to live with him overseas as he worked in the oil fields. This introduced me to places like Aberdeen, Scotland, Port Gentil, Gabon, West Africa, and Las Palmas in the Canary Islands. Toured my first offshore rig for a couple weeks in the North Sea and worked for AMF Tuboscope in Port Gentil and lived my days off at La Palmas. So he worked in the field. He worked a real job, didn't come from wealth. So far, so good. This was a real eye-opener for somebody like me, and I loved it. After coming back to Texas in the middle of my senior year, I obtained my GED from Schreiner College, worked in the oil field a bit in Ozana, Texas, and then set my sights on Hollywood and Vegas on the way to Bakersfield, California. Ended up joining the Navy in Port Heneme, California, where I found out I was very good with technology. All right, so this guy, he didn't even go to college. So far, it's looking like a real man. It looks like this used to be what a Democrat looked like. Democrats, remember when you were the Workers' Party instead of the trust fund whiny bitch party? Yeah, Democrats used to be real men and women. They built I hate to say it. But the old school Democrat men may have built this nation a little bit more than the tough, Bush Senior type of guys. Spent 6 years there as a radio man and self-taught myself electronics and obtained my license as an amateur radio operator, first license. After the Navy, I worked as an electronics technician, doing mil-spec burn and testing as a subcontractor for Texas Instruments. After my divorce, well, he's got the American experience. I began working as a software contractor and worked all around America from 88 to 03. Suddenly in 03, something changed. I'd always been able to find better than average working. And then I couldn't find any work, even though my skills were as sharp as ever. The last 20 years have been rough, going from the top 10% of wage earners to the bottom 1% of wage earners. But it's given me the knowledge to challenge everything you know about jobs. I've watched for 20 years where a few of us technology types couldn't find work to recently where none of the American technology workers are finding jobs. And it is beginning to happen in many other occupational groups like truck drivers, accountants, school teachers. Teachers can be out. Come on, buddy. Don't side with them. Don't side with the special needs people of America, medical and others. This is why I decided to run for the United States Senate. Oh, so you are running for the United States Senate, not Texas Senate. All right. Because I believe your family should never have to worry about jobs when they have to put in the time and effort to be the best at what they do, no matter their age. And no other candidate, whether they're Republican or Democrat, even talking about jobs. I doubt that. So I think this is the same guy. He attended Navy College's Andover College, University of the American College of Technology. So he didn't major in something stupid. So he's running under the Republicans, which I think would be the appropriate party for him to run under. But yeah, I mean, as far as the Clarey test goes, I think he gets a perfect score. Let's go over it. He doesn't have a worthless degree. He has real world work experience. He didn't come from wealth. And he's currently working now. So he's got a perfect score. Would I like to have a beer with him? Yeah, just for all the working on the oil fields and overseas, he sounds like an interesting guy. Should he run for office? Yes. This is the type of guy you want to run for office. Now, normally, when we come to this part of the Clarey test, should they run for office? The standards are so low compared to the modern day politicians that are in there. It's like, yeah, I suppose. I mean, he's better than most other people. This is the type of guy you want running for office. Now, he may be a little bit naive in the realms of economics and labor force, labor economics and all that. But I'm sure if you explained it to him, he would make the logical right. His heart's in the right place is what I'm saying. And he has real world working experience that he knows, you just can't vote for good feelings. And he would be a good statesman. He would not be a politician. And so, yeah, this is the type of guy. You don't want some fucking asswipe with their master's degree in political science. You don't want the fucking David Hogues or the Greta Thunbergs or the Gretchen Whitmers or the people who never worked really, the Ocasio-Cortez. You want men and women who worked for a living, supported themselves, and here's your guy. A citizen politician, a citizen statesman, not a professional politician, not a career politician. So this would be, not only would this be the guy you want, like a textbook example of a statesman, this would be a guy I'd probably vote for too. And so shout out to Virgil. Hope he does well. Let's close it. What I also like, he doesn't have like some crazy online internet presence. But yeah, I'd vote for this guy unless his competition was something even more exceptional, which would be pretty hard to find. But yeah, you're not going to get much better than Virgil. All right. Any super chats? No super chats. That's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.